Well, so I got pulled over because apparently my wheel lights and the rock lights are so bright that he said they are blinding. I think he said he's going to give me a warning.
Yeah, when you're riding, you can't have those white lights on like that.
Okay. A little story time on why I got pulled over in the state of South Carolina. I live in Augusta, Georgia, which is right on the border of South Carolina. And as you guys know, I go over to South Carolina a lot because that's where Matt, Armando, and a lot of people live, which is about 20 to 30 minutes from my house. There's a part called North Augusta, which is in South Carolina, and then regular, just Augusta, is in Georgia, home of the Masters golf tournament. Anyway, this was about, I would say now it's been pretty close to about a month ago because we were still finishing up Stan's truck. I don't remember, I think we were doing Starlights that night, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning when we left. I'm ready to go home and sleep. It's just really funny how things work out. And leaving Matt's house, there's a bridge, and you can get on the bridge and cross over to Georgia right away, but you got to go drive through downtown Augusta. But that night, for some reason, like, I always go through downtown Augusta, but that night I just didn't want to go through that. I don't know, it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday night, and I was like, I really don't want to be driving through downtown on a weekday, because downtown Augusta is not the best part during the weekdays. I don't know, because you have to go through some of the sketchy areas. And I was like, let me just go through downtown North Augusta, which is in South Carolina, and then pretty much avoid having to go through downtown Augusta. So here I am. I drive through downtown North Augusta. Right as I'm about to get on the bridge to cross over to South Carolina, this cop pulls up behind me with the lights on, and mind you, I'm about to be on the bridge, so there is no place to stop. I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and there's no traffic. I am not stopping on the bridge because there is just no safe place there. So I put my hazards on, and I'm just letting him know, like, hey, I'm aware that you're behind me for, like, my safety and especially, you know, your safety. I don't want to pull over on the side of the bridge. You know what I mean? Like, so let me try to, like, cross over to Georgia, and right as I cross over, I know there's a parking lot right there. So I'm just kind of cruising down really slow over the bridge. I'm about to be halfway across the bridge, and he starts, like, hitting all the lights and all kinds of sound telling me to pull over. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to get shot tonight, so let's just go ahead and pull over. And first thing he says is, mind you, I didn't really get a chance to film the whole thing because it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I had no idea why I was getting pulled over, and my GoPro was actually dead from filming all day. Only thing I had was my phone, and I was too busy, like, trying to get my wallet out. I got a little bit of interaction towards the end, but I didn't get any kind of interaction in the beginning. But he comes over, and the first thing he tells me, he's like standing like 6 feet behind my truck, and I'm just like, hey officer, like, how's it going? Is everything okay? You know, just trying to be friendly. You know, they're still people, they're human. You know, trying to make him feel comfortable. I rolled all the windows down. I put my hands on the steering wheel just to let him know, hey, look, you're safe with me. I'm showing you respect. You don't have to worry about anything. First thing he says is, hey, can you cut those lights off? I'm like, yeah, sure. I tell him, hey, I gotta reach down there. That's where the light is. That's where the switch is, and I just turned it off for him. He tells me that it is illegal to be driving around with lights under the truck.
Yeah, when you're riding, you can't have those white lights on like that.
Okay. Especially because my lights are so bright that it was blinding him. He said the reason why I pulled you over was because, one, you can't, in the state of South Carolina, it is illegal for you to have any kind of light emitting from your vehicle. And then he said, 2, your lights are way too bright. It was blinding me, and it caught my attention, so I pulled you over. So at this point, I'm kind of like, well, I know for a fact, you know, white lights are not illegal, but I'm kind of thinking it as a compliment because as somebody who is selling the product and he tells me it's too bright, all right, well, that's kind of a compliment, but let's not get legally in trouble for this. Where I'm from in Augusta, I've talked to multiple police officers, and mind you, I used to have RGB rock lights when, you know, rock lights first kind of became a thing. I've been pulled over before for RGB white because it's got bluish tint, bluish hue. So they've pulled me over before saying, hey, you have bluish lights coming out of your truck. You can't have that. And that was before everybody else was running rock lights. So they were really strict. Now, like, everybody's running rock lights or some sort of lighting from their vehicle. So I think they're a little bit more relaxed now. Back then, this was 4 or 5 years ago. And I've asked them, I said, hey, legally, like, what can I run? And they've told me green, purple, and white are only technically like legal colors that you can run in the state of Georgia. I have never been pulled over in my county for my light. So I tell that to the police officer, because I'm still in South Carolina at this point. I tell that to the South Carolina North Augusta officer, and he's like, nope, not in the state of South Carolina. Well, I'm gonna go write you a warning. I was like, all right, cool. Well, if you're gonna write me a warning. So I give him my driver's license, and he goes back. This is 3 o'clock in the morning. At this point, it's like 3:15, and I'm just tired, ready to go home. He's in his vehicle for about 20 minutes, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what the crap is going on? It does not take 20 minutes to write you a warning. And 2, I was like, well, what if some reason, like, I had a speeding ticket from 2-3 years ago. I know I paid, but what if something came up, it didn't process or whatever, and my license is like suspended? Now I gotta call Stan or Matt, have them come and get my truck if I get arrested. Like, a lot of things are running through my mind, and I'm tired as crap. It was not a good combination. He comes back like 20 minutes later. He does show me the law where it is illegal to have lights emitting from your vehicle.
Just to show you, that's the law right there, 56.5, 49, 40, or 45, 90 in South Carolina.
Okay.
The only light that you can have white on the rear of your vehicle, shining white, is your license plate light.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah, when you're riding, you can't have those white lights on like that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, he said it's only legal for white lights to be emitting from headlights and license plate lights. He said anything else is illegal. I don't believe, because I've talked to other deputies and other police officers in North Augusta, and they said white lights are okay. And there's plenty of squatters in South Carolina driving around with Flow Series wheel lights, color changing rock lights, blah blah blah. So I don't think pure white rock lights are any more distracting or dangerous than those color changing ones. And in my opinion, I feel safer driving around with rock lights, especially if I'm pulling out of somewhere, because people are going to be able to see my truck, especially from the sides, because there's light coming out, right? It's like a football stadium. That's better than only relying on your headlights and your brake lights for people to see you. So in my opinion, I feel safer driving around with my rock lights, but I guess the officer didn't think so. And honestly, I think he was in his car trying to look for a reason to get me. Like, you don't just stay in your vehicle for 20 minutes unless he was looking up that law. I don't know why it would have taken him 20 minutes, but I honestly think he was trying to run my license, and he was just trying to catch me for something. He probably thought I was doing something suspicious, because who drives around at 3 o'clock in the morning, I guess? I don't know. So I forgot to mention this. The reason why I think he was trying to get me for something was because, like I said, he was in his vehicle for about 20 minutes, came back out with no paper, no written warning. Because usually in Georgia, at least in my county, if you get pulled over and they give you a warning, you still get a citation for it. And this cop did not give me one, so it was a little bit weird. He made an excuse saying that, we're trying to save paper. He said he could give me one if I wanted one, but like I said, I was tired, I was ready to go home. But let me know, like, is it true in South Carolina, like, if you get a warning, like, you don't always get a written warning? Like, it really doesn't matter, but that was just kind of one of the weird things that I thought of after I left. Where do I get you said you gave me a warning, as in, like, no, like, written?
There's not.
Oh, okay.
I can go print you one.
Oh, it's all good, because, like, sometimes in Georgia, when you get pulled over and they give you a warning, you get, like, a ticket that says warning.
Yeah.
But I don't need one.
Yeah, I can go print you one if you want.
It's okay. I mean,
It just saves paper. So
Yeah, I don't need it.
Just throw them away.
Yeah, I was just making sure. Okay, yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Have a good one. Everyone that I've talked to thinks that he was trying to find something on me as well, but fortunately, I have very clean driving record, not a lot of speeding tickets. Yeah, that was my story of getting pulled over at 3 o'clock in the morning because my lights are simply just too bright. But I mean, I do understand where he is coming from. With the rock lights, I disagree, right? But with the wheel lights, I do see where he is coming from, because I have 2-inch wheel spacers all the way around. So at this point, my wheel lights, it's kind of like Mondo's truck, none of my wheel lights are in the wheel. So there's a strip, and then there's my wheel and tire outside of it. So it is a very direct light shining at people, you know, both ways, front and back, and they are very bright. They were engineered by the Southern Showstopper Alex, and we partner up to make those quad roll wheel lights. And Alex is a smart guy, and he designed those wheel lights and he engineered them, and they are absolutely the brightest wheel lights out there. They're just stupid bright. So I could see how that could be distracting and dangerous, especially the wheel lights that he's got now, because he came up with newer ones. We may end up selling a variation of the wheel lights that he's got now. So stay tuned for that. And the last thing to take away from this video is that if you are just respectful to your police officers, I didn't agree with why he pulled me over, but I wasn't disrespectful to him or anything. I treated him like a human being. I gave him all the respect. I treated him as, you know, how I would want to be treated. You know, some people, when they get pulled over and they want to play games, they crack the window like this because, you know, it's in their rights to not roll the whole window down. They'll just crack it open like this and then hand over the ID and just, you know, give them a hard time. And for me, I have never been that type of person. My grandfather's, my mom's dad was a chief, and my dad's dad, he was a detective. So I do come from a family of law enforcers. So, you know, I like to give them respect. And at the end of the day, you know, they have a very hard job. They're the first to respond to everything. They deal with a lot of crazy stuff, you know, like they're the ones that have to go tell the bad news to a parent that their kid died in a car accident or their kid died in an overdose or something. So they have a very hard job. So I don't want to give them any more crap than they already have to deal with from their work. Please just show them respect. Give them, not all cops are bad. Yes, there are bad cops, but there are bad people in general, you know. What I like to do is when I get pulled over, obviously I roll all the windows down. I roll the back windows down just so that way they feel safe, so that way they can see inside the vehicle. I know that's a tall truck, but just to give them a little bit of assurance that there's no funny games going on. And I usually like to put my keys on the dash right here just to let them know, hey, my keys are right there. I put my hands on the steering wheel, and anytime I have to make movements, like if I have to reach for something, I just let them know, look, I'm about to reach for my driver's license, I'm about to reach for my wallet, blah blah blah. I let them know exactly where I'm going, what I'm doing, and I don't make sudden movements. That's exactly how I would want somebody to behave. If I was a cop and I had to pull somebody over, I would want somebody to, you know, just make me feel safe. So that's what I try to do. But yeah, so I hope there was a lot of takeaways from this video. I know you guys wanted to see. Yeah, I put it on my Instagram story, but I never fully explained what happened. And I thought it was kind of funny, kind of annoying, but kind of funny. And I took it as a compliment that my lights were too bright. With that being said, just for this, I know you guys missed Cyber Monday, which was 15% off on all of the products. Just for this video, I do want to show appreciation for all the people that support the brand. This hoodie is available on jwmotorsportsco.com. I'm going to do another discount just for this video. It's going to be 15% again, but I'm going to make it limited, only 10 coupons. So it's first come, first serve. If you're the first 10 people to go on the website, buy a hoodie, you can get 15% off. Buy a hat, you can get 15% off. Any rock lights, they're 15% off. Everything's gonna be 15% off. The coupon, I'll put the code right here. So go redeem it. Let me know in the comments below if you redeemed it or not. But as always, I do appreciate every single one of you guys for all your support. Stay safe out there. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Like, comment, and subscribe.